Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and another Topic Tuesday here. Just real quick, for those of you who don't know, Topic Tuesday is an Instagram that shares new nail polish related topics every single week that you can respond to either here on Instagram, whatever social media platform you want. And I will link down below their Instagram as well as my own. And if you guys want to go check those out, you can. So before we get into the topic today, my shirt is another one. I think I haven't worn this in a long time on my channel. It just says garbage culture. So yeah, it really resonated with me in my heart. I've had this sweatshirt for like 8 or 9 years now. Oh, it's trashy. It kind of reminds me of in Always Sunny when Frank Reynolds like hops out and he's like, "I'm the trash man," you know, because that honestly is one of my biggest inspirations. I really, anything Danny DeVito does, I'm obsessed with. So anyways, let's get off of that. So today's topic is the oldest polishes in your collection. And of course, I can't make this easy, so I'm going to come at it from two different angles. The first is the oldest polishes that I remember purchasing just from when I've been in nail polish, which at this point is 5 or 6 years. And then I have a few polishes that are just pretty old that I got in a D-stash, and so I just wanted to show you guys those too because they're like, I've never seen anything like them before. So first up, we have a couple of Essies. Essie was one of the first brands that I really started buying from, and it's actually what got me into nail polish. I always thought the Essie bottles were ugly. Every time I saw them in the store, I was like, ew, they look kitschy, I guess you could say. There's something about them. But I read an article in a magazine, like maybe a People magazine or something like that, and it was talking about how Essie was going to bring back some like fan favorite shades. And I was like bored at work, so I was just flipping through this magazine. But it was talking about Starry Starry Night specifically, and how the original used to have real diamond dust in it, and people went nuts for it. And they were bringing it back, but just with like silver glitter this time. But I was fascinated because I'm a big collector. I like to collect things, and I kind of get that from my dad. He collects coins and beer cans and just like memorabilia of all kinds, and he always, you know, knows the worth of everything. He sells stuff to buy stuff. He's really good at that, and so I try to be like that in my own collections, at least for like my memorabilia type stuff and all that. So when I found out like nail polish was something that people not only collected but placed such high values on, that was the first time I'd ever seen that. So I was like, I have to go and I have to get this specific polish because I want to try it out. And then I also just picked up Imported Bubbly by Essie at the same time. I think both of these are awful. These were the first like nail polishes I ever really bought, but I just think that they were really ugly. I think the reason I didn't like Starry Starry Night was just because glitter is hard to remove, and at that point I had never really worn nail polish. So when it came time to remove it, it stressed me out so much because I just didn't understand why it wasn't coming off easily. And then Imported Bubbly is a sheer pearl finished polish, and I don't love a pearl finished polish, but at that point I was just like, why can't I build this up? I was putting coat after coat after coat, and I was like, why can I not get this up to like the standards that I wanted on my nails? Like I said, this was like the very beginning, so I had no idea that some polishes are just designed to be sheer. So yeah, these are the first two that I really remember buying. That was probably 2014 or 2015. It was my senior year of college when I got into nail polish. And I don't know how I managed to stay in this hobby after these were the first two I bought, but there you go. The next few are from a brand that is local to me. It's the Meyer brand. That's a Michigan-based grocery store. It's kind of like a Walmart, but slightly classier, I guess you could say. And these are like the first three that I really got from them. I got Sweet Tooth, which is this white crelly base with a bunch of like bright colored glitters running through it. It kind of reminded me of a Pop-Tart, which is why I really liked this one. Again, I was stressed out about the glitter, so I didn't wear this one too much. I lent it to my sister to wear once, and she put it on her toes, and she had the same experience because we both didn't really have like a huge knowledge base about nail polish. And so she was like, oh my God, it took forever to get off. And I was like, I know, that's why I let you borrow it, because I didn't want to deal with it. But now I know that's why Peely Base exists, and you can always just soak glitter off too. So, you know, I'm not as hateful of this one anymore. And then for this one's called Vintage Vamp, and I loved this one. You can actually see like the fill line is half gone. And I think that these bottles are ugly. They've since changed them, but this, I really like this kind of like shimmery, it's got like a blue reflect in it for that purple. And so obviously I was obsessed with that one. And then I got Orange Hot, and it's not even reading on the camera correctly. This is just an eye-searing orange. These are $2.99, I believe, at Meyer. Like, these are cheap guys, and they perform really well. And I've read before, and somebody else also commented this, so I'm pretty sure that this is true. These are made by the same company that makes Color Club. And so there are a lot of these polishes that I've seen kind of similar colors in both Color Club and Studio M. So I think that they're probably a pretty similar quality, and for $3 a bottle, you can't beat it. And the bottles are not ugly like this anymore. They're ugly in a new way, but you know, whatever. That's their choice. And then next I bought some Insta-Dries, because at this point I was only buying like cheaper nail polish. Like, to me, Essie was like high-end expensive, and this was what I thought was like the normal price for nail polish. It was like $3 or $4 a bottle, and wow, my opinion has really changed on that. But I ended up picking up a couple of Insta-Dries. Irish Luck, which is a green, and Rapid Red, which is a red, obviously. And I picked these up specifically, I remember, because I wanted to try nail art for the first time. And I had this cherry, like, kind of pin-up-y dress. I think I have a picture of me wearing it. I'll try and show it if I do. But I wanted to do, like, little cherries on my nails. And I was like, okay, I'll get a couple of these. It'll be really easy. I think I got a white along with it. I think I used that up. I couldn't find it in my drawers. But, yeah, nail art is hard. It didn't turn out very good. I got a lot of compliments on it, but I think that I just hold myself to this impossible standard where if it doesn't look professional, then it's not good, which is a bad mindset to have, you know. Trying is really what matters, in my opinion. But yeah, I got these for a nail art. I just specifically remember that I wanted to do cherry nail art to match my cherry dress, and I was like literally so embarrassed that I was like holding my hands so that nobody could see my nails all night. It was for like it was around the holidays too, which, I don't know, that dress was not a Christmas appropriate dress, but whatever. Yeah, so that was my first foray into nail art. I feel like I'm walking down memory lane here with just some nail polish. So I just got 2 more of the ones that I bought. These were all kind of bought within the first year that I was in nail polish. I can still remember I had a little like acrylic rack, kind of like, I've shown you guys before what I keep my top and base coats in. And I was like, once I fill up this rack, that's it. I'm not buying any more nail polish. And like, cue the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. But next I got Revlon. I was into the Revlons for a minute because, again, they were cheap and easy to find at Meyer. And this one is called Iconic. It's one of those grays that is kind of like blue leaning. And this was actually probably the polish that got me into wearing gray on my nails. I don't even remember why I bought it, probably because it was cheap. And yeah, I guess I blame this one for me being obsessed with gray nails. But there's nothing wrong with this polish. There's nothing really wrong with Revlon in general. I mean, actually, there is. That brush is so skinny. Like, get out of my face. But I think the bottles are ugly. I feel like this type of, like, the gold accent with the black cap like this, it reminds me of something that people would have thought was fancy, like, when my parents were young. You know, like, this is kind of what was in. This is what luxury stuff kind of, in my head, looked like when my parents were young. And now, like, luxury is much, it's sleeker, it's more earth toned, it's more like soft touch caps and things like that. And so it's just interesting to see how this probably looked good to some people at some point. And now I just feel like this is so off trend that it looks cheap almost. So I don't know. It's weird how trends change. And in that same vein, I found my first scented nail polish, and these are Revlon Parfumerie. This one is Moonlit Woods. This is Winter Mint. And I remember being in the store and being like, scented nail polish? Are you kidding me? That's so cool. I love a gimmick. I'm obsessed with gimmicks. My parents call me the gadget queen because I just love like gimmicky, gadgety things. And so they only had 2 left, and so I bought these 2. These are colors that I probably never would have purchased if they weren't scented. So, but I remember being in the store and I'm like opening them and I'm smelling them. I'm like, ugh, it smells like nail polish because you gotta wait for it to dry, Hillary. But I still bought them. And, you know, I like scented nail polish. I think it's fun, but these are ugly. These are just ugly. And the bottles, I was like, oh, these bottles are so cute because they look like a little like perfume sample. Like, actually, hang on a second. I think I have a tiny bottle that kind of looks like those. So yeah, I'm obsessed with mini versions of big things. Like, for example, my sister for my birthday bought me this mini light bright because she knew like I would be super into this. I like lost my mind over it. But yeah, so I love tiny versions of things. So I have a bunch of miniature perfumes. What is this one? This is Giorgio Armani. This is Bulgari. And I can kind of see where the inspiration for like these bottles come from and like why they would be scented and stuff. So honestly, as much as I think these colors are ugly, I have like a renewed like love for this line because the gimmick is just really on point. So yeah, those are the oldest polishes that I personally remember buying at the store, you know, brand new at the time, probably around 2014, 2015. So did you see my brain just break trying to do math? Like 6 or 7 years old at this point, I would imagine. But I do have some in my collection that are about 20 years old. I got them in a D-stash when I bought somebody's entire collection. You guys have heard me talk about this like 1,000 times. And it's like, I think I have close to 30 of these, but I just pulled 3 of them. These are the Sally Hansen Chrome Nail Makeup, they're called. And there's just a wide variety. Like when you look at the bottles, every bottle is the color of what's supposed to be inside. Some of them look so similar. I don't know if it's just because they're so old, like the bottles have faded or what, but they aren't clear bottles. They are almost like a gel bottle where everything is like walled off so you can't see the inside. And the copyright information, this one's 2003. This one is, we got 2002 and 2001. So this one is 20 years old and the other ones are just a little less. And all the ones I was looking at them, they all said 2001, 2002, or 2003. So these are definitely the oldest polishes in my collection. I've never seen these before. I mean, I was, it was 2001. So I was 9 years old when these first came out. So like, of course I don't remember them at all. Like, and it's just weird because I've never seen a bottle like this for anything other than gel, and even like gel bottles. Like I have a bottle right here. They just look sleeker now. Like they have the colors, like the gel ones that I have now, like they have the color on top and on the front here, but it's not like the whole bottle. So the aesthetic of these bottles, in my opinion, is rough, in a word. Like these are, they're not, they're not cute. However, I don't remember a lot of my childhood. I don't remember the early 2000s. The only thing I remember about the millennium, like the turn of the century there, was drinking fake champagne out of plastic champagne glasses in the Holiday Inn in my hometown that had a mini golf course. That's what I remember, and that's it. And I remember people saying that the world was gonna blow up, but like I was too young. So I don't remember seeing these at all. But what I know about like the early 2000s is that this is probably like right on point for aesthetics. Because when I look back, all I see is a lot of chrome and a lot of like jelly greens and pinks. So I think that probably at the time, these were very on trend. These were exactly what needed to be released. But in 2021, almost 2022, these would not fly. These would not do well. They would have to be kind of revamped and modernized for the current year because these are scary. I don't think I've worn any of these. I got them and I looked at them and I was like, wow, those are hideous. I love it because I love ugly things, but they're just ugly in a bad way. I don't know. I'm sorry. If you loved these, I'm sorry, but not anymore. They're not good anymore. I'm so sorry. So those are my oldest polishes in my collection. And before I let you guys go, I just want to talk about what does age really do to a polish? Well, some things that I've noticed are the colors of not only the bottle, but the polish itself can be altered just with age, or if you've got it in direct sunlight, like that can really affect it. The way that, like I said, some of these older looking bottles are, it's just so rough. It doesn't translate into kind of what I think looks cool in like today's world, which makes me wonder, how will some of the bottles that I really love now look to me in 10 years time? Will I feel the same way? I don't know. Like it's weird because like things like Orly and China Glaze, I feel like these bottles have been this way for a very long time. And I don't think that they've updated them too much. I think Orly may have changed the color of their cap. But aside from that, I don't think that even in some of my oldest polishes for these brands, I haven't seen much change, and I feel like these have aged pretty well, so I don't know why those specific ones look so bad to me. And the other thing about some of the older polishes is, I think it's only in the past like handful of years that, 3 free, 5 free, 7 free, 10 free, a million free have become quite popular. And with the lack of some of those chemicals that they use in nail polish, this is going to sound really weird, but like the smells of the nail polish have changed. Stuff that don't smell your nail polish, don't be weird like me, but the smells of some of these older nail polishes, like these guys, I've noticed they smell sweet in a sickly way. I have some polishes that smell like almost like a rotten banana, like some of my older polishes, versus like the newer polishes that I own. They still smell, like newer polishes I have still smell strongly, but there's like a weird underlying like sweet sickly scent in some of these older ones. And I don't know if that has to do with the chemicals that were used in the creation of those polishes, or if it's just that with age, like the smells just become really strong and stand out. But out of those things, really the only like negative effect is, if your color changes over time. So yeah, those were all of my oldest polishes in my collection. Let me know down below, what is the oldest polish you have in your collection? I'm sure somebody out there has to have something older than mine. I mean, this one was 2001. That is, I'm pretty sure, the oldest polish in my collection. So let me know what you've got that's older than my Sally Hansen chrome nail makeup. And also let me know, do you guys have any of these? Do you remember when these came out? Were they as popular as, I think they might have been? Because the collection that I bought, like I said, she had like 30 or so of them. So it seems like they were popping off, but I don't know. Let me know down below. I love chatting with you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.